So why have I created Darkhorse Expeditions? Well, it seemed like I was getting a telephone call very frequently from friends, fellow service members, veterans, telling me about an acquaintance or a friend who had committed suicide. And the frequency of it seems to be getting more and more, and a lot of veterans know the number 22 veterans a day choose to commit suicide, and it's just gut-wrenching, heartbreaking. And I was trying to figure out what I could do with a little bit of money, some time, an elevated voice. I wanted to do my part, and it seemed like one of the ways I could do it was to show veterans who might be struggling with PTSD that I understand. And so, why do I identify with that? Well, I am a Marine Corps veteran. I served in the 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines in an infantry unit. I later went back to Afghanistan and worked with the 2nd Battalion, 4th Marines. Had an opportunity to meet a lot of Marines and sailors and soldiers in my 6 years or so in the military, and working as a contractor with the United States military in both capacities. I'm a retired Indianapolis Metropolitan police officer. I served in a variety of capacities, both as a street supervisor, as a homicide supervisor, and a Metro Drug Task Force supervisor. Was able to be involved in a lot of things in that capacity, and some of them were not spectacular, to be honest. I saw a lot of death, and in both roles, as a veteran and as a retired police officer. I saw a lot of death and destruction and things that cause you to lose your faith in humanity a little bit. So I feel like I can resonate, understand, identify with a lot of veterans who are struggling, and because I've been to that dark place. And I am doing spectacular, and I want other veterans to know that they can do well also. And I think you have to focus on the things that are positive in your life, and for me, being in the outdoors, hunting, fishing, that's one of my coping mechanisms. But there are other things. It's not just that. My family, my wife, my kids, my job. I've been blessed to be the owner and CEO of an organization with a lot of employees that count on my business partner, John, and I. And I've been selected as an Indiana State Senator to represent a lot of Hoosiers in things that are very important to Hoosiers, including veteran matters, police matters, law enforcement issues. And so those are all things that give me purpose. And I think if you're struggling out there, you just need to know that you have purpose. Whether it's any of those things that I just mentioned, or whether it's, if you feel, and I talk to a lot of veterans who think they feel like they have no purpose out there. If they were gone, nobody would miss them. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're just wrong about that. People will miss you. And God has a plan for you, and you have yet to see your full potential. And don't end it. We're gonna have something, resources, a number for you to call on the screen if you're in that dark place right now. You can just call 988 option 1 right now, this second. And we've got a link here on the website. If you go to darkhorsexpeditions.com/get-help, there'll be a variety of resources for you. Every veteran service organization wants to help, from the Veterans of Foreign Wars to the American Legion to the Veterans Administration of the United States government itself. There are a lot of people out there who think that you matter, and people will miss you, and you do have potential, and you should try to find that purpose. And at Darkhorse Expeditions, we want to help you find that purpose.